Silver Energizer just popped out on us. Can't believe we show up to fucking do a podcast and we're batteryless.
Yeah, it was a little embarrassing.
Not for
but
me,
you know,
I had
hey,
to put another beer down.
we are live.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, I'll take my. I like having my headset. G wants me to take my headphones off,
he
but I'm
looks
not
like
going
an
to.
idiot.
No, I don't look like an idiot. Everyone thinks I look cool as frick.
Everything looks cool as frickin' frick.
Anywho, we are
back. It has
Wingmen.
been, the last
West
episode
Nation.
was Christmas Day, and now it's the 26th, almost 1 month ago, a little over a month of the last episode. Happy New Year to everybody. We know
Chinese
it's been
New
a
Year.
while, but I feel like we almost got to the point where we can't apologize for going long spurts of time without putting a show out, because if you listen to our episodes, the last 3 or 4 episodes begin pretty much with a long, drawn-out apology that no one cares about. So here's the thing. We're back.
Yeah, and this definitely won't be the longest, most drawn-out apology we do.
Friday the 26th. We're out here in Rockford Brewing in Rockford, Michigan. This place is
It's
pretty,
happening.
Yeah,
It's the place to be.
Yeah, we're upstairs. It looks like they got a little bit of a tap room downstairs for the bar, and we're upstairs, which is kind of a long shotgun shell, very cool high ceilings, all the wood. I mean, I can't believe I've lived in Grand Rapids for almost 5 years, and I've never been here before. It almost makes me like.
G, can you do the listeners a favor and paint a picture of the room for them?
So if I were to paint a picture of the room, it looks.
We're also
like,
in the upstairs. We're in the loft.
No, yeah, that's what I said. So
Yeah.
we're up. Nerm's catching up to speed here. So we're upstairs.
Yeah, sorry, I was totally invested in something completely
A-frame.
more important, but whatever.
Totally, it's an A-frame. Right? Yeah,
No,
it is.
it's
What do you
like
think that when two walls slant up to each other.
it's like when a
make
kid
point?
draws a house. This is like what it looks like. It's like that square with a triangle
Right.
on top of it.
Okay, so most people say like an A-frame, but I digress.
It's not an
They got the light wood. It's very
Rustic.
Bavarian, almost like a barn.
They didn't have barns in Bavaria.
Bavaria is Germany, and yes, they did.
Oh, that's where that is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually,
I thought it was
little
like-
known fact, a little bit of a sidebar.
I thought it was a coffee shop
Bavaria
in Brooklyn.
is actually just more of like an idea. Bavaria is not a place.
What do you mean?
You refer to German and German culture as Bavarian for some reason. Like you go to Frankenmuth, that's all German, but Bavaria is not a place. It's very intriguing, actually. You read a lot about German culture.
Is it kind of like how you like?
It actually
refer to
all
people
kind of
from Ohio
started
as
in the late
fuckheads?
30s, early 40s. That's really when a majority of the strong German culture came into it.
That was a tough time for Germans. I'm of
It's
German
like a
descent.
rustic bar. It's just like a rustic
it's
bar,
nice.
and it's really nice in here. They got like 8 or 9 beers on tap. They got a full-fledged menu, and I got to be honest, I'm glad that this is going to be the first EP of 2018 because for weeks and months we've been told that this place is lights out.
Yeah, these are ranked wings according to MLive. So we already tried the doozies. Wing doozy, that is.
Wing
if you don't
doozies.
remember our
Todd,
previous
T-O-W-D.
episode.
Yeah, if you haven't
Shouts out,
listened,
babe.
if you haven't listened to our former episodes, these actually are in chronological order, very similar to like a true crime.
It's an anthology
so
series,
please go
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Stop right now before any spoiler alerts.
You're not going to understand stuff that happens later in the episode if you don't go back and listen to them all right now.
Go back.
No.
So yeah,
Also, this is our first time kind of out of Grand Rapids.
right, yeah, venturing out
We
of the
haven't- we
actual
have- we-
metropolis that is Grand Rapids. That
We
is
have-
our first time.
Yeah, we haven't really got to get out. And I mean, I guess we are like on the border.
Truth be told, had we not stopped into one of our favorite places, the Winchester on Wealthy and GR, we wouldn't even known this place existed or had desirable chicken wings. Remember that? Because the head chef here, Chef Ryan, his wife is a bartender at Winchester, and Taylor is the one who told us about this.
Yeah.
So shout out to Chef Ryan.
And shout out to
here
Taylor.
at Rockford Brewing, and shout out to Taylor.
At Winchester.
Cheers. Give a little for those two. I mean, I haven't even tried the wings, but worst case scenario, I like to come to a new place and drink beer. Kick-ass staff. I mean, you got Matt with the hat, Debbie, Jamie, Patrick. Everybody's been super cool to us.
The gang is all here.
Right. It's like a traveling family band. They're like they've all been just been together forever.
They all look similar as
cohesiveness.
well. They all could be a family.
They all could be a family. The cohesiveness of this group
like
is outstanding.
They're all Caucasian.
So should
They
we
all
give
work the same place?
Should we
They're
give a little
related.
update of what's new with the Wingmen here in 2018? Because we had kind of a nice addition to our user experience.
Oh yeah, are you talking about the new 24/7 always live Hot Wing Hotline has been introduced?
It's an emergency hotline.
So, could you read the number for us?
So everyone, get a pen, a little something to write on. Get out your cell phones. The official Wingman of West Michigan hotline.
Hot Wing Hotline.
Hot Wing Hotline is 616-953-0561. 616-953-0561.
I'm gonna have to ask you to say it one more time.
616-9530-561.
All right. So what we want this hotline to be is not just the main reason we want is we want you to be able to call in and then review wings that you have had. Give us anywhere from like a minute to maybe 20. However long you think you can go.
Hopefully, I'm hoping. I didn't even know you were making this. I actually got duped into calling it. My first time was hilarious. I'm hoping that this turns into our listeners drunk as a skunk on the weekend.
Yeah.
Giving us some incredible material that we can segue straight into the podcast.
It's a new mailbag. You can just call in and just start ranting. You can talk about anything. We don't really care. We just want it.
Sidebar, mailbag this is not replacing mailbag. This is
the mailbag is still there, yeah.
Bolstering the user experience.
We just want you to have every opportunity you can to interact with this podcast. And the cool thing about the new voicemail is that, or the hotline, is that your audio clips will be played on the episode.
Right. So if you want to give a shout out, if you have a question, it could be kind of cool. Maybe someone poses a question and we put it in the podcast. We answer it live on air. I mean, it's all the options are extremely limitless for what we're capable to do here. So,
and all you really have to do is call it and start talking.
Right. So I think it might be time we segue into tonight's first topic.
Yeah,
we gave it a little catch up. The welcome back. We're happy to be here.
Oh, the Wingmen Live as well. That's going to be a thing eventually.
Wingmen Live. That's in the R&D phases. We'll get back to you on that the next
episode. There's going to be a Wingmen Live eventually, so stay tuned.
Hey, and we are going to be dropping some things we're referring to as quick bites. Those are like 10 to 15-minute clips of us ranting, talking about other shit. So if you see those quick bites, make sure you get out there and listen to those as well.
Quick bites are going to be a thing now as well. So
for you guys who think you set out for like a 3-mile run and you find yourself like 3/4 of a mile in, the quick bites are actually perfect for you.
Yeah, they're going to be like 10, 15, 20-minute things where we're just going to review other things that we feel necessary to review, but that aren't
going to end up being hour episodes.
Doesn't matter.
They're going to end up being an hour.
It may be a little more raw as well.
Which is what, that's why we set out to do this, was to give raw entertainment.
Oh,
like Chris Rock.
Chris Rock
in the early 2000s.
Chris Rock in the early 2000s, or me every Saturday night.
Again, raw and uncut.
Yeah.
You, Saturday night, raw and uncut.
I'm Jewish. Just kidding.
But
seriously.
Tonight's first topic, what is it? We got a couple on the list here. I want you to pick. Surprise me.
All right. The first topic of the night is going to be... You have the shittiest handwriting.
I know, I could have been a doctor. That's how I make it up to my dad for being a miserable fucking failure.
All right, here's a good one. So this one for me makes me laugh a little bit because G really wanted to do this one. And, I don't know. He wanted... I'll read the topic. It's Bumble and Tinder etiquette. Dating. Like online dating etiquette, which is just funny because...
App dating etiquette.
It's funny to me because G has never, ever had any experience with it because he's been in a relationship since, like, basically these apps started.
Happily.
So he's kind of like the old white guy with the African studies major.
That makes me back to think of the Holiday Bar episode. We talked about pre-prohibition bar setup. But no, here is why I feel like I can actually weigh in on this.
Why?
Because I'm in a relationship, an incredibly successful relationship filled with love and honesty.
This makes no sense.
All of my single, stupid-ass friends come to me for advice.
No one comes to you for advice.
That's not true. This is untrue. TB at Skiles Pizzeria last Saturday night came to me for advice. And that interaction alone, amongst many other ones that we had, make me feel like I'm in a position where I can weigh in on this.
Well,
Exhibit A.
Okay.
Exhibit A.
What's a no-go for you?
A no-go, double texting before you've met. Let me paint a picture.
No, you can't say that.
You can't double text before you've met someone.
You can say like, what up with a GIF.
That's one text. That's one interaction. If you send two texts and you put your finger down and move it to the left and it's the same timestamp, that's one text. I refuse to send paragraphs. I send texts like thoughts. So I'll be like, hey, what up? What are we doing tonight? Sweet, sounds good. Let's get some ramen. Boom. That's all one thought. But this chick, from my man TB, and you know who you are, he met this chick on Bumble. And in Bumble, they have to initiate the conversation, how I understand it. So he swiped.
The ladies do tell you first.
He swiped.
They say hi to
she
you.
swiped, and then she started it. They had some great conversation. She said, hey, let's take this offline. So she gave him her cell phone number. And I have seen the text messages. This chick, if TB does not respond in like a half an hour, she thinks that like he was involved in like a horrific car accident. He must be dead because how could he not? And this poor bastard is with her right now.
You know, I had a chick that wouldn't even give me her number until we went on a date. She'd only talk to me on the app, and then
it's safe, smart.
And then we never ended up going on a second date. So I'm actually kind of glad because a lot of times I will end up with like random numbers in my phone. Like I never really save them, like unless like I think they're gonna.
No, it'd be like Emily Bumble, right? I mean,
no,
Taylor
I don't
Bumble.
even do that much. I just leave them. I don't even because I know because
save them when you feel it. The gut feeling thing.
Yeah, because I mean I know who's texting me.
All right, well maybe I'm not experienced, but you are. You're on those apps.
Yeah.
You use them responsibly.
Yeah.
Have you come in contact with some people who you're like, oh my god, some etiquette?
I've actually had pretty good experiences for the most part, but I do not talk to a lot of people that talk to me. Not saying like that I get like a ton of like matches all the time, but it's like a lot of people will message me and I never say anything back. And I have had a few like where I just don't message like, well, fuck you.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
You've had girls like get angry that you never responded?
Oh yeah.
Is there read receipts on these apps?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say so they save their dignity. I don't know. I guess my thing is that these two, this TB and this chick, have never even met. And she's already kind of like, she's treating him how I deserve to be treated 5 years into a relationship. It's terrible.
Like garbage?
It's absolutely garbage, yeah. It's horrific.
Well, you're garbage.
Well, I know. I deserve what I get. But I guess when it comes to dating apps, it's like, dude, could you really fucking treat somebody? I mean, I don't know.
Here's the game plan, right? You get on, a girl bumbles you. She normally says something. Either she says, hey, or she'll comment on either one of your pictures. She'll do one of these 5 things.
Well, and the comment they always send is a picture of you and I.
Yeah.
Just saying, hey, which one are you, the one, the tall one or the short one?
She goes, were you just in one of your own photos? Yeah, were you only in one of your photos?
To be fair, TB has me in almost every single one of his Bumble photos.
To be even fair, you weigh like 45 pounds more than me, so obviously I have you in there for comparison.
I'm 9.5 inches taller,
that
so it evens
so
out.
Fake. Maybe centimeters.
Inches, bitch. No, all right, so what? All right.
Every girl either says, hey, simple hey, which is like kind of like what I mean, I feel weird doing the creepy Tinder thing. I like Bumble a little more because the girl says something. Makes me feel a little better about it, especially in this culture we're in these days.
Right. Well, Tinder's
I don't want
such
to
like,
I don't want to push
Tinder's such a meat market, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Bumble's like, hey, let's go on a date, and like Tinder's usually more like, yo, I got a couple beers at my place.
Right, like, hey, you're in town for a conference. Okay, sweet, I can be at the Amway and T-minus. I'm already here, actually. I've been looking.
I'm the valet.
I've been knocking on your door, right? Right, yeah. Tinder's terrible. So I guess the long and the short of it is play it cool.
Normally a girl will send you hey, or she'll send you a gif of Jimmy Fallon saying hey.
I send that gif all the time.
Or she'll...
It's also GIF, by the way. It's not a GIF.
Or she'll comment...
Pronounced G-G, not J.
Or she'll send you a comment on one of your photos or your bio.
Have you ever gotten a straight-out tit pic on Bumble?
Absolutely not.
Tinder?
No.
Really?
Who would do that? If you get a straight tit pic on Bumble or Tinder, you're getting catfished. Like no one's sending that.
I knew someone who got catfished one time. Real talk.
Let's hear it.
True story. You know him. I know him. Unbelievable. This is like 3-4 years ago, and he's on these dating apps, right? He's on these apps, and this chick, and not out of his league, but very, very cute, good-looking girl, kind of hits him up on the app, and they start chatting back and forth. And I remember him like kind of telling me about it a week or so in. He's like, "Hey, I'm talking to this girl. She's cute. She's cool. She lives in Minnesota."
Oh yeah,
right.
Minnesota,
right? And she was in town.
Whoa. Can you even set your Tinder?
She was in town.
Oh, I was gonna say.
And they started a conversation, but she lived in Minnesota, so she goes home. They keep talking.
Set me Tinder.
She was coming to grad school at Michigan State, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, "Hey," and this buddy of mine is from like the greater Lansing area, so she was like, "Hey, I'm coming to town. Would you give me a tour of Michigan State? I know you're really familiar with the area. Well, long story short, is poor